wife and I drove over here the day I got the keys and just walked in here. I've been here as a fan. I've been here as an opposing player early in my high school career, and yet I really hadn't been here. It was a really, really neat moment, and I could feel some of the pictures that I've seen of whether it was the last game Muncie Southside and Muncie Central played here, or pictures I've seen from the 50s, 60s, 70s where this place is packed, the radio booth with WLBC, and just some of those classic iconic pictures is kind of what I felt. But I took a picture of the 8 state banners, and that was kind of my memory from that day.
For me, it was a lot of nerves. That was the first thing, just because of who I am here. So it was a lot that I felt like I had to live up to, just because people expect me to come in and just change everything in a year, and that's not possible. But that first game was just, the atmosphere was great. We had great energy from the fans who came. We had a number of students who came.
When I played here is when you walk into this place and you walk out on this floor and you hear the band playing and you smell the popcorn, right? And the atmosphere is just amazing. And so that hadn't changed. When I was coaching, when you walk out of that locker room, you come out, you hear that band playing, you smell the popcorn, you know it's game time.
I think for me, it's more of a continuation of the long tradition. I 100% see what they're doing with the play on words there. Our motto for this year and probably the next couple of years is gonna be, why not us? Just kind of to bring that tradition back. So why can't we be that Muncie Central team that was winning the championships?
Coach Ullum did a good job of coming in here and trying to embrace the history and the tradition. So even in the locker room, he put the state championships up there. He put the names of people who came before those guys up there so they'll know. But so tradition starts here, but at the same time, I think you want to write your own story, because it's been 30 plus years since 1988 happened a long time ago. So we can't keep talking about 88. We got to start a new tradition.
It goes with that idea of wanting the young guys, the young players, the elementary students to understand that this is one of the places of Indiana high school basketball, and this is where tradition starts.
What's up with the gum during the games? For me, I need it. It helps me to not say things, and it's usually with the refs. It's not really my girls, but it kind of helps me to slow down on whatever I want to say.
There are just some things you don't need to change or try to mess with, and you know what? First game, show up, and there's people offering you gum, and that comes from the scorer's table. And a lot of players knew it. They have gum.
I know a little bit about it. So it's Aaron Smith who does the score clock for us, and her husband Ben does the announcing. But she's been doing that since they've been doing that. She just gets gum and gets it there for any of the players that want to get it, and it's weird to me, but I think you see people come up and get it and they appreciate it, but that's her thing.
I think initial thought when you think of culture in Muncie Central is what Muncie Central has done in the past. Like we talked about tradition and things like that. But for me, just being on the inside now as an administrator at Muncie Central, I believe that the word culture needs to be redefined for us. I think that we're kind of stuck in the old, back when I graduated, early 2019, or late 1990s, we're stuck in that type of culture where we're expecting the kids to come in and want to learn and want to do this, and that's not the generation that we're in anymore. So for me, culture, I think, it should be an adaptive term. We should be able to adapt our culture based on a generation at a time, and I think that's just something we have to learn to do, and we're learning it right now.
I think there's a lot of excitement within Muncie Central. Being even just a Muncie guy and not associated with Muncie Central for several years, I could see and feel that the school system was doing well and really making a turn over the last 5, 6, 7 years. And now that I'm on the inside, you feel that. There's not only construction going on, and that's exciting, but there are teams having success. There are individual players having success.
The word is huge, so you hear coaches use that word a lot, but often times it's a buzzword. What does culture mean? And so it means what you do every day. What you will accept and what you won't accept, and making your programs. And that could be different for other coaches, but it's huge.